Hey guys, this is Shane Davis from Youngstown State University here with Figure It Out Baseball. And today I'm going to follow up my previous video dealing with how to prepare, dress for, and approach going to a college showcase or camp. I'm following that up today with a short video on how we handle ourselves during the camp. Most of the time, in fact, the vast majority of players are really good about these things. However, sometimes we have little slip-ups, things like that. One thing I want you guys to know is the camp or showcase is not the end of the world. It's not the most important thing you're going to do. Sure, there's guys that absolutely do fantastic and it kind of gets them on the map. There's very, very few guys that are able to play at that level, whichever level they want, that are just completely crossed out based on a performance they have at a camp or showcase. By that, I mean as a college coach, if I'm working at a camp, I'm trying to do two things. I'm trying to evaluate guys to see if they are worth following up on, going to see play in the spring, in the summer, what have you. And I'm also trying to work and trying to get people better. And I think that's something that sometimes we lose sight of, especially on the player's end. One of the things that I love about going out and working camps is that I can actually work hands-on with guys and see how I respond to them and how I interact with them, as well as how the player or athlete interacts with, responds to, communicates with me. Because essentially we're trying to figure out the next 4 years of your life on both ends, whether or not it's going to be a mutually beneficial arrangement. So we're at camp. Here's just a couple tips that I want you guys to keep in mind. Again, first and foremost, it's not the most important thing in the world you're going to do. If you're just yourself, showcase yourself, be true to yourself, be realistic with yourself. If you just show your average day, which shouldn't be that hard, that should be your goal. Obviously, you want to show better than your average, but if you show your average and you're a good player, you're going to get on people's radar, and you're at least going to get on a list that says, I need to follow and keep an eye on this kid for a little while because there's some growth potential. And so we've got realization of the importance of it. If you do poorly at a camper showcase and it's the worst thing that happens to you in a given year or in your lifetime, I would probably trade with you right now, because that means you're going to have a really good year, really good lifetime. Always hustle, which goes without saying. Beyond hustling, be respectful, be receptive. Especially in a camp setting. Showcases are a little different, but even there, how you interact with the people that are, lining you up at shortstop in a showcase, those are things that people notice. As far as be respectful and be receptive, listen to coaches that are trying to help you out. Part of coaching is kind of throwing a couple things against a wall, maybe very similar, maybe the same exact thing worded differently, and seeing what sticks. Everybody has different learning styles. Everybody has different speeds of learning and growth patterns. So understand that and just give it your all. One of the important things that we lose sight of a lot of times in this game is actually to question everything, and there aren't absolutes. Just because I post a video on Twitter saying you need to pitch in a certain way, yeah, it might work for most. Some guys might probably work for most guys, but not everybody. So question things, understand what you hear, ask questions to ask the reasoning for things. Somebody's trying to get you off your backside as a hitter a little bit more, ask why. And don't say it in a disrespectful term. Try to gain knowledge. I think sometimes we lose sight in this generation of some of the history and reasoning for things. I have a lot of guys that I've worked with that can sit down and analyze video better than I can, because that's what they've done in the skill development set. But if you sit them down and actually try to talk strategically, sometimes they have some trouble with that. So, we've been respectful, we've hustled. The last thing for me is how you approach your attitude during camp, in a sense that I don't want a guy walking around acting like he's too good to be at this camp or be in the group maybe at camp that he's at, nor do I want somebody to act like he's doesn't belong. By that I mean, if you're in a group at a camp and you are head and shoulders better than somebody that you're paired with or other people in your group, realize it. Be a good teammate. Part of playing baseball is being a good teammate. Last thing I am going to say, be somebody that helps clean up. Be somebody that maybe not always shake a hand. Sometimes after I get done working at camp, I got a sandwich in my hand and I just want to eat, and I don't want to shake everybody's hand at the camp. But be somebody that comes up and says thank you. Ask questions about the school that everybody's working with. And do that with everybody, not just, if there's a camp with multiple schools at it. Do that with everybody that is there. One thing about baseball is there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of people that are friends with guys. I'm at a Division I, and I'm fortunate to have been at Division I's my entire life as a coach. But I have had guys from Division IIIs and junior colleges recommend players to me that they see at camps or showcases. The reverse side, I've had guys that I've seen at camps or showcases that I've recommended to other Division I's, all the way to junior colleges and NAIAs. We do all talk. So how you handle yourself with guys and being respectful of every coach there is really, really important. I hope you got something out of this. There's going to be more videos dealing with this coming. The next one I'm going to talk about is going to be a little bit more how you handle yourself after the camp. But this is Shane Davis with Youngstown State University here with Figure It Out Baseball.